Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to summertime render recap. It all begins with Shinpei dreaming about his childhood friend Yushio, who tells him to protect Mio, her younger sister. While on his way home to Hidegashima Island for Yushio's funeral, he wakes up and falls on a woman's breast on the boat. Another friend, Sue, explains Yushio drowned while rescuing Shiori and that she has strangled scars on her neck. On Tetsu revealing Shiori's disappearance, Mio reports Shiori claimed to have seen a clone of herself a week before Yushio's death. Nezu, the island hunter, explains it as shadow sickness, an illness causing a person's shadow to come alive before murdering them and their family. Mio claims to have seen Yushio's shadow before she died, so they go to Hito Shrine to cleanse themselves of illnesses. There, they discover the lady from the ferry bleeding, and soon after, Mio's shadow appears, killing everyone. Shinpei reawakens on the ferry, slipping back into the woman's breasts. Shinpei, on the other hand, discovers that the day has gone precisely as previously when he arrives on the island. When Tetsu comes, he watches Mio murder Tetsu, forcing him to understand she is Shadow Mio, and she replaces Tetsu's body with a Shadow Tetsu. Shinpei is discovered and stabbed by Mio, however, he is reawakened after boarding and arriving at the island's port. The ferry woman reports the bizarre incidents on the phone to someone unknown. Shinpei files a fictitious police complaint to keep Tetsu away that night, and he hides his phone to catch Shadow Mio looking vacantly. He later gives Mio the tape as proof showing shadow sickness is real and her shadow is out to murder her. Mio wonders if Yushio must also be murdered by her shadow. Shinpei pays a visit to Shiori's house at Mio's request, where he discovers dust heaps showing Shiori's parents and she by herself are all shadows. He tries unsuccessfully to locate the woman on the boat. Tetsu now handed over Shinpei Yushio's phone, which she had given to Tetsu the day before she died, to send to Shinpei. Shinpei tells Sue everything, and Mio proposes questioning priest Hiriko at the shrine, but Shinpei postpones this until tomorrow. Nonetheless, Mio offers Shinpei Yushio's necklace again, as she did the day before in Shinpei's dream. There are the island's yearly celebrations, and Shinpei discovers Sue has a crush on Mio and later faces what appears to be Yushio's ghost, chasing her to the shore where she is watching the fireworks. Yushio believes she is resurrected and recalls dying with the desire to tell Shinpei she loves him. Shinpei joins Mio at the shrine, forcing Yushio to remain hidden, while Sue unexpectedly expresses his love for Mio. Mio rejects him. Yushio comes to the shrine, but Mio believes she is a shadow, while Shinpei exposes himself as Shadow Shinpei and breaks Yushio's wrist. Shinpei had encountered Shadow Mio with a Shadow Shinpei 10 minutes before, who is aware that Shinpei has been looping back in time, so Shadow Shinpei prevents Mio from murdering him and goes to the shrine to meet Yushio, saying she is Shadow Yushio who has abandoned her fellow shadows. Mio starts tormenting Shinpei, explaining that their ultimate goal is to awaken their mother from her sleep. Shinpei is saved from Shadow Mio by a lady from the boat, who shoots him in the head. Shadow Mio vanishes and the lady reveals herself as Nagumo Ryunosuke, a rescuer. She says that to distinguish shadow from human, Shinpei has to battle the shadow because it is its true form. Shinpei runs to the shrine only to discover that everyone has been slaughtered by a giant shadow who recognizes Shinpei's eye as their mother's, which he uses to control time. As Mother wakes, a blood-red light shines over the shrine, revealing a little girl recognized as Hain. Shinpei begs Nagumo to kill him so he can start over now that everyone else is dead. Nagumo kills him, and he flies back in time, where Yushio urges him in his dream to save Mio once more. On his first day back, he notices that the distance he can travel back is gradually reducing. He's determined to do it correctly this time, with only 3 days till Mother's resurrection. According to this rewind, Nagumo arrived on the island knowing of the shadow's presence. At the funeral, the island priest, Karakiri Masahito, introduces her as Minakata Hazaru, disclosing she grew raised on the island. Shinpei obtains Nagumo's phone number in a code from Yushio's father Alan and solves it, but Nagumo has given her phone to her contact on the island, Nezu Ginjiru, who answers it. Nagumo attacks Alan in the bathroom to check if he is human, and she ends up instantly killing Shadow Alan. When Shinpei meets Nezu, he gains his trust and is introduced to Nagumo. Shinpei is able to relay key things to Nagumo via coded references, allowing her to quickly recognize Shinpei as a time traveler who has met her in the future and as someone her future self trusted. Shinpei sobs as he realizes he has finally found an ally who knows everything. Nagumo informs Shinpei that a shadow murdered her family 14 years ago, prompting her to abandon the island and change her identity, subsequently writing a series of novels about the tragedy. Nagumo travels to Shiori's house in order to assassinate Shadow Shiori and her shadow parents. Shinpei believes Nagumo developed two personas as a result of the stress of losing her family. One as the sister Hizuru who authored the novels, and the other as her dead brother Ryunosuke. Nagumo murders the parents, while Nezu and Shinpei trap Shadow Shiori. Nagumo later confesses about her personality where she is Hizuru most of the time, but Ryunosuke emerges when she is overwhelmed. Nagumo is their combined fictitious identity, and they communicate using tape recorder messages. When Shinpei gets home, Shadow Yushio emerges out of nowhere. Shinpei is taken aback by the fact that Shadow Yushio appears considerably sooner than usual. Shadow Mio appears out of nowhere and assaults Shinpei, but Yushio protects him. Shadow Mio stabs Yushio's shadow, injuring her arm, and asks why she betrayed them, to which Yushio responds that she did it because she loves Shinpei. Nezu uses a sniper rifle to kill Shadow Mio, allowing Shinpei to stab her shadow and kill her. Nagumo remembers Yushio's voice as the one who brought her to the island in the first place. They attempt to cure her arm, but it simply vanishes. Nagumo and Nezu want to kill Shadow Yushio but spare her, warning her that if she disobeys them, she will be killed. Shinpei and Yushio tell Su about her arrival the next day, and he freaks out for a while. They hand Yushio her phone, which she opens to reveal a video from the day she died. The video shows Yushio and Shadow Yushio as friends, and Yushio was aware she would probably die soon, so she wanted Shinpei to know Shadow Yushio is not evil. Saddened by the video, Shadow Yushio shows them what happened next from a recording of her memories. On the day Yushio drowned, they had been trying to keep Shiori safe from Shadow Shiori, but unfortunately, they failed, and Yushio was drowned. Suddenly, Shadow Shiori comes alive and attacks Shinpei before morphing into Mother, who swears Shinpei won't escape again. After the recording end, Shinpei has a hand-shaped bruise where Mother